Welcome back to the Last Timeout. I'm Denzi.
I'm D.
Welcome back to the episode, everyone. We have something very important to talk about today. It's not about basketball today. So, you go ahead and take over, D.
Yeah, guys, like he was saying, this is a very different episode. You see me, no laptop because it's not needed. I'm not looking up no stats or nothing. This is just something everybody talks about. It's the biggest thing in the world next to the coronavirus. So we just want to let y'all know some of the stuff that's been going on in our opinions. We came to talk about the George Floyd situation. A lot of people been asking me about the George Floyd situation. And I'm like, well, I don't want to give a take on it because it's still happening. We know that the whole incident is over, but as far as the protests and rallies and different things that's happening along with it, it's still happening every day. We've seen a couple states get put on lockdown. So it's just it's a lot of different stuff that's still happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and give my take on it. I think that first of all, it's sad that it's still happening. Kyle Kuzma made a post. He said this virus been around for 400 years, still no vaccine. I like the way he put that. So it's really sad because like it's steady happening. Like a lot of this stuff, it's really sad. Like we're seeing a lot of people get hurt. There's people over in China and London, UK, everywhere. They're even fighting for it. So it's nice to see that we are having some type of unity. It's a lot of white people coming together with us. It's just Mexicans, Latino, everybody's coming together. It's a nice thing to see, but then it's also a sad thing to see as far as how these protests and rallies are going. Like we see the cops, they're macing people, they're sending out shots, rubber gun pellets. It's really sad. It's really sad to see. I understand some of the stuff, as far as the cops protecting themselves, but a lot of other stuff I don't get. Like it's a thing out where it's a little conspiracy out right now, to where they're saying the government is sending people out to start the rioting. Like let's say they send one person out into the street, they just start rioting, and then everybody follows, so the cops can arrest them. It's just that type of situation. It's a lot of stuff going on. But I'm almost finished. It's one point I do want to make. That's been bothering me a lot. I seen an Instagram post. It was this dude. He was riding. He stole some shoes. I believe it was at a Foot Locker. So he said, "R.I.P. George Freeman." He said George Freeman, which is terrible, bro, because it's showing a point of you're not worried about George Floyd. You're stealing shoes because you want to steal shoes. At this point, it's not about George Floyd anymore.
That's disrespectful.
There's all types of disrespectful, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta really, like, you gotta understand, like, why am I really protesting? Why am I rioting? Is it because of my own personal matters, because my own personal needs, or is it for the bigger cause? That man that said George Freeman, it's for him. It's for him. He shouldn't even turn that camera on. Like he's just. It's not about George Floyd. People are forgetting the bigger picture, understanding why they're out there, why they're risking their lives. Because if at any moment a police officer can pull the trigger on you, and people are forgetting that, bro. They're not understanding that. So it's really sad to see as us two young black people. It's really sad to see that stuff like this is still going on. It's been a couple of debates. Drew Brees and LeBron kind of got into it today. So we had that. it's just crazy out here, man. It's crazy out here. But what's your take?
Yeah, bro. I seen that Drew Brees stuff. That was really ignorant of him, and a lot of people came for him for that. So I don't know if they're doing fines for any of that kind of stuff. I know that someone got fired already. The Kings.
Yeah, the Kings announcer.
Yeah, he got fired. I seen that. So that was crazy. I didn't think they would fire him. That's pretty crazy. But it's a really sad time, and the thing that I really don't like is it's not all the police, but it's a lot of them. They're going at it the complete wrong way. Like they're hurting a lot of people, and they've been tear gassing people. I've never been tear gassed before, so I don't know how bad that is. But I heard that people with contacts, like it will get glued to your eyeballs. So that's horrible, bro. Like you're pretty much blind for the rest of your life just because of them. And amazing people. My personal experience, I almost died from that, from getting mazed. That stuff is bad. So, man, we need change, man. And it's just change, like influencing one person. Like that's all it takes, bro. Just one person at a time, cause it's gonna take a while, but I think we can get there, bro. But man, like it's hard to speak about. Like it's so long, bro. We're going through this for so long. It's unacceptable at this point. It's really unacceptable. Yeah, man.
Um, back like when George Floyd, when a couple days after his whole incident happened, Michael Porter Jr. came out, and this was very controversial. It was very people were taking sides, and I can see both sides. Basically, when Michael Porter Jr. came out and said he was like, instead of threatening the cop, instead of wishing death on the cop who committed the crime on George Floyd, let's pray for him and his family. And I we're really heavy Christian belief, very we love God and everything. So with me, that's just something. That's something. What he said. That's something that we got taught growing up. That we should pray for our enemies, and pray for people who are against us. We're supposed to pray for them. That's just how we grew up. But a lot of people, they didn't grow up like that, so they took Michael Porter Jr.'s comments the wrong way. They're like, nah, bro. It's almost like they tried to make it seem like Michael Porter Jr. was for the cop, like he was, with. So it just got misinterpreted. So it was a really bad situation. I kind of felt bad for Michael Porter Jr. because he's a young guy, new to the league, new to being an adult. He's like, what, 21, 22? So I felt bad for him. I would say it was probably bad timing, but he probably could have said it maybe a couple days later after it calmed down. But what's your take on that? What's your take on that?
So that was a real mature take by him, and I completely agree with him. A lot of people didn't. So, but yeah, I think he was in the right there, but maybe it was just at the wrong time. And yeah, he's that's like from a young player that shows a lot of potential. Like he's gonna be a great leader one day, and yeah, so I hope he just continues to be that positive role model on his team, and yeah.
Yeah, that's well said. That it does show a lot of maturity. We're seeing a lot of maturity from some of these players that we never thought could even think like that. Like Kyle Kuzma, like we see him as like a guy who's kind of wild, keeps changing his hair, got a new girlfriend every month. We see him as like a wild guy, but that was really wise of him to say that this virus has been going on for 400 years, no vaccine. Like that's really smart. Like that's really smart to even think of that. So I mean, it's just good to see that a lot of these people are just coming together. We gotta stay strong, especially as a black community. We gotta stay strong and make sure we start supporting each other. Like I was talking to my brother-in-law, he was talking about how he needs to start supporting more black-owned businesses and stuff like that. So we just got to do little stuff like that to encourage each other. Like we gonna get through this. Of course, racism is not going to end with this. It's not going to end. That's just the truth of the matter. But we can just stay strong and help each other fight through it. We've seen a couple NBA players, I believe Steph, Clay, who else was it? We seen J. Cole, Dennis Smith Jr. We seen a couple NBA figures. Of course, J. Cole not, but we seen a couple NBA figures go out and protest. So it's been nice to see. But yeah, I mean, that's all we got to say. Anything else you got to say before we get
Well,
out of
actually,
here?
I got one more thing to say.
Uh-huh.
'Cause this was really bad. It's a lot of people that like they're wishing death on the president and everyone else who just it's real bad. But you shouldn't wish death upon no one. There's a lot of ignorant people with this all lives matter stuff. That's just ignore those people. I know, and like you said, racism like it's one of those things that's never gonna end because we got people, we got parents, and they raise their children like that. Like that's how they raise their children. So that's how they're brought up. That's all they know. Like you can't change their minds about it. It's just all they know. So it's a really sad situation. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I gotta say.
I, I'm glad you brought this up because I almost forgot a whole nother point that I wanted to bring up. But I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna say this. They said I seen something that said racism it's not something you're born with. It's not something that can genetically be passed on. It's something that you're taught growing up. So that just really speaks on to it. So I don't want to hear I'm racist because my great grandfather was in a Ku Klux Klan. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. It's because of your parents. It, it's just that type of thing. And even people who were raised around racist parents, they've grown to love all types of races, and so you gotta take responsibility for your own actions. So I don't want to hear because my family, because my cousin, because my auntie, because my aunt. No, I don't want to hear that. You have to take responsibility for your own actions. And I think before we head out, this is gonna relate kind of to the NBA. The NBA has started some type of racial like a I don't know how to describe it. Like the coaches started like a racial like basically a racial platform where they speak on racial topics. It had Steve Kerr, Greg Popovich, and Lloyd Pierce. I believe Lloyd Pierce is like in the Atlanta Hawks. I don't know if he's the head coach. I don't know, but um, I was in the comments on the post, and some people were talking about. So you got two white people and one black guy, and that kind of triggered me because you got to think about it. Just because Greg Popovich and Steve Kerr are white doesn't mean that they don't have good takes on racial issues. Like I can name a lot of black people that won't have anything to say about black issues. I want somebody that's gonna speak up, and if that person is white, so be it. Sure, it might be a little bit better if they're black, but Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich are two people who consistently stood up for the black community. So it really triggered me that some people would come against them for even trying to take a stand for us. They're trying to take a stand for the black community. This is something. this is not something that they have to do. This is not increasing their salary. They're doing this for the black community, and for somebody to attack them like that, that triggered me. So that's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe we should have black people, but I appreciate Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich.
So I'm guessing that's it for today's episode. All y'all stay safe out there. You ain't got nothing else to say?
Bro.
So all y'all stay safe, and I'm Denzi. We out.